Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 2 of From Chaos to Calm. This week is about furthering our awareness, and I want to start by saying something important. You are not here to fix anything this week, you are here to notice. If you've been feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, or unsure why the same challenges keep showing up, this week is going to bring clarity and hopefully some relief. Before we get started, I want to name the continuum of power parenting that we are going to be working with every day as parents, as caregivers, as humans relating to other people. So while I am specifically referencing the dynamic between parent and child, these powerful dynamics can show up in other relationships as well. Once you are aware of them, you can spot them in your interactions with others. We are looking at the ways we show up in our relationship to our child or children. This is a loving reminder that this is about us gaining awareness, gaining information and clarity, so we can show up more confidently and more compassionately in our day-to-day parenting journey. So let's see this is a bit of a spectrum. But way over here on this side, way over here, we have what's traditionally called authoritarian parenting. We call it power over parenting, and this is the kind of parenting where a consciousness, a mindset, a belief system connected to power over parenting is, I'm the adult, I know more, I have more power. I am the one that gets to say yes, who gets to say no. I am the one who knows what is right for my kid and what is not right for my kid. And this is typically attached with a belief system that may be conscious or very unconscious, meaning you don't even realize it's happening for you, called adultism. Adultism is an inherent power imbalance where an adult is up here on the hierarchy and a child is way down here on a hierarchy. In adultism, the parent is up here, the child is down here, and we expect and treat a child to be able to deliver behaviors, abilities, and skills that an adult does. So we don't really take into account their development. We don't take into account where they are on any given day. We don't take into account whether or not we've actually been modeling or teaching the skills we're expecting of them. We are just basically talking to our kids and treating our kids like they are mini adults. We are not really meeting them where they are at. And again, this is a spectrum. For some parents, there's resistance to even including any kind of equity, really meeting the child where they're at and giving them the support needs they require in order to live up to what it is you're expecting of them. Some parents believe that that's not their job. They don't need to do that. That is, they weren't raised that way. They weren't given empathy. They weren't given emotional support. They weren't given coaching. They were just told what to do, and they did it. And so that mindset can continue. Well, I just did what I was told, so my kids will just do what they're told too. Why do I need to give emotional support? Why do I need to learn emotion coaching, positive discipline? Like what? That's ridiculous and excessive. And if this is you, I get it. It's completely counterintuitive to the ways that most of us were raised by our parents and their parents before them. And so it's ingrained in our consciousness that way. It's just normal. So you might find yourself in this power over paradigm when you are experiencing lots of dysregulation inside your system. You're high stress, you're overwhelmed, you might be feeling desperate, panicked, confused, longing for ease, longing for harmony, and for things to just work easily right away. You might find yourself in power over strategies like control, threats, punishments, focusing on shaming behaviors to make them stop. So then what we have over here on the other side of the spectrum is what is called power under or permissive parenting. Permissive parenting can be a way of relating with a child where the parent is very overwhelmed with the idea of their responsibility as a leader in the family. That experience can be extremely triggering for them, scary, overwhelming, heavy, burdensome. Being able to have clarity in your boundaries and emotional regulation, to be able to communicate those boundaries and then facilitate the child's experience in a connected, warm way is hard. That is a sophisticated skill set that people who tend to find themselves in power under parenting tend to lack. It's not because they're lazy. It's not because they don't care. It can look like a parent who's avoiding conflict, avoiding their voice, avoiding leadership, avoiding having any kind of power, because in the past they've been punished or shut down or shamed because they attempted to step into their power. And so if you find yourself more in the permissive or power under paradigm of relating with your kids, like, it's time to turn the show off, honey, or I'm not feeling comfortable with you having the car keys past dark, but you're feeling really scared of the conflict that could come up, or maybe that conflict puts you in freeze or shutdown mode, it makes sense why you take permissive parenting pathways in your relationship with your kid. So again, just like their power over that typically goes into more of a fight or dominating response, power under parenting is the opposite side of that spectrum. Giving up, shutting down, retreating, just being frozen on the inside and feeling powerless and helpless and overwhelmed, throwing your hands up in the air and letting the kids run the show. And so we find ourselves with our heart and our memories and our emotions and our past experiences in a power over or a power under dynamic in our relationships. So between them, we have this middle way, what I call power with parenting. And this may feel like a pretty radical invitation for those of us to evolve forward. This is not a brand new way of parenting. It's a natural way of regarding a child and relating with young people. However, because of our histories, our past experiences, we have learned a different way. Power with parenting is the combination of a mindset that believes that children are sacred, that believes that we have as much to learn from our children that they have to learn from us, that believes that the most powerful skills and tools that we could have as parents is the ability to witness, the ability to listen, the ability to really hold space for our child is beneath our expectations of who we think our child should be. I have no authority in who my child is meant to be. However, I have an incredibly empowered, powerful role of being the facilitator, the coach, the guide on my child's journey, life journey. So this is the incredibly honorable path of understanding that we are here to really keep our child safe and protected as they evolve and they learn and they grow. It's about understanding development and that we are not more powerful than them. We treat them with equity, meaning we're really able to meet our child where they are and to support them in the ways that they uniquely need. So the mindset is this: we are here on this journey together, and this child came through me, and I'm here to support them and model and really understand what it is they need from me as the older person in their life, as their caregiver, their mother or father figure. In addition, we have the skill sets that emphasize an understanding of child development, our child's physiological unfolding, their psychosocial and emotional development, and we relate to them accordingly. We are here to model emotional intelligence. We know how we feel, and we're able to name it. We're able to feel it. We are able to listen to those feelings and understand their communications and our needs. This is a lifelong practice, and we're going to show up like rock stars on some days, and we're going to show up like bleh on some days, and that's okay. And so now we move into why awareness matters. Most parents come into hard moments asking, how do I stop this behavior? Just make it stop. But behavior doesn't come out of nowhere. Behavior is shaped by the nervous system. When stress builds in the body, whether in you or in your child, the brain shifts into protection mode. Logic goes offline, flexibility shrinks, reactions get bigger. Awareness helps us catch what's happening before things escalate. And that pause, that's where change can begin. Here's one of the most important ideas we'll use together. State drives story. When you're calm, your brain tells one story. I can handle this. When you're stressed, your brain tells a different one. This is a problem. Something's wrong. Same situation, different nervous system state, different reaction. This is not a personal flaw. It's just biology. Dysregulation doesn't start with yelling or shutdown. It starts quietly. For parents, early signs might look like tight shoulders or jaw, feeling irritated or numb, thoughts like, this shouldn't be happening, and wanting to control or withdraw from the situation. For kids, This might show up as extra movement or silliness, arguing or refusal, clinginess or pulling away, emotional intensity or shutdown, big emotions or shutting down. These are not bad behaviors. They are signals. You can think of nervous system states like colors. We've talked about this. Green is the calm and connected. Yellow is stressed or reactive. Red is overwhelmed or in survival mode. No color is wrong. And this week we are simply practicing noticing, what color am I in right now? What color is my child in right now? That's it. No fixing, no correcting, just awareness. Before our live call, I invite you to complete the workbook reflections. Begin noticing your own early cues. What are those things that you feel in your body or think that trigger you? Get curious about patterns instead of blaming yourself for your child. Just look at the patterns. Awareness is the foundation for everything we'll build next. I'll see you on our live call where we'll practice this together. See you soon.